Good evening, everybody. Gosh, that didn't come out quite right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back in DayZ, of course. Which other game looks like this? We're on the PlayStation test server because we're testing out the mods for the next wipe on the Scalespeeder gaming test server. Next Scalespeeder gaming PvE private servers. And we are on the hunt. Yes. Let me bring up the channel so I can see chat. Excuse me. Hey. Yeah. So, what are we looking for? What are we're looking to make sure that the mods, the adjustments, the edits I have made to this this server actually stick and actually work and don't break anything. Good evening, Muck Cheese Machine. Good evening, Canoe Gaming. Let me just mute the. Yeah. So already we've proved we know things are spawning in pristine, so that's good. So whenever you find anything on the ground, it's undamaged. It's well, it's pristine, which is the way we want it. We know that guns are spawning in with magazines, and magazines are spawning in full. So that's a nice quality of life change. That's very good when that works. We know there appear to be more water bottles and nails and things like that. So the really important things. Somebody there, a free weekend. I can't play because of study. Oh dear, my friend. Oh dear. Yes, it's free weekend to play. Definitely on PC. Is it free to play on Xbox and PlayStation as well? I know it's on sale at the moment. I've been considering buying the Livonia for PC. The DLC, but then again, do I really? I've got DayZ on Xbox. I've got DayZ on PlayStation. I've got Livonia on Xbox and Livonia on PlayStation. I've got DayZ on PC. Oh, I guess I should buy the Livonia DLC, shouldn't I? DayZ's been very good to me and my channel, helping me meet all you wonderful people. Right, here we go. So here's an example of something that we can test. So if we just see this zombie off first. Dunk. Good night. If we go in here, we put our axe away, you should see there is a rather nice little pistol. And once we load it, that pistol is pristine and it's got a magazine in it, and the magazine is full of bullets. The idea of this is the guns in DayZ are actually really good, I think. You know, they sound great, they feel great. It's a really good part of the game. But especially when you're playing public servers, you don't get to play with that many of them often, because they all end up disappearing. And even on PvP private servers, they end up disappearing as well. I haven't dropped my axe if I know. So what I want is that although this is PvE only servers, you know, we're not going around shooting each other, although we may well have some special events when we do that. Shooting zombies with machine guns and stuff, it's great. Here we go, see there's a shotgun there. Ooh, what's that on the ground? A beanie, no thanks. Yeah, so you can get a gun and you can shoot some zombies and generally have fun with it and become familiar with the way that the guns work before you have to before you go onto PvP or public servers. Zombie, I would love to meet some newbies. Luna Freya says, hi, please, is possible in it see in future? Yeah, I think it's definitely absolutely possible. I think we'll see it sooner rather than later on Xbox and PlayStation. We'll see access, maybe not to all the other files, but I think we'll see access to init.c. And they'll do it in the same way that they used to do access to the messages folder. You know, you won't have direct access to the init.c file in terms of it won't be in the file browser, but you go to your settings and it'll be there, and you'll click on it, and then you'll go into it and look at it there, and then you can copy and paste stuff in. And honestly, as soon as we've got init.c, that's a real big game changer. because you can change what players spawn in with, you know, and you can have deathmatch servers. Then you can have all sorts of wonder of events where you spawn in with whatever kit you want to have. It's amazing. It really is good. Freya says, "Hey bro, I learned so much of your video. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be of help. Glad to be of help." Now we're taking. What we're doing here is we're just exploring, really. We're exploring and we're just seeing if we can. In fact, who else is on the? Yeah, we've got a couple of other people on the server, which is good. Hopefully they'll look for stuff. So other stuff we're looking out for. We are looking out for aiders. You know, the little 4x4. We want to see if we can find one of them that's got all its wheels on and everything. That would be really cool. Helicopter crashes, obviously working, but we also want to see if we can find a C-130 cargo plane. Aaron Hall says, "Great find though." Yes. What's a great find, Aaron? What are you talking about? And most importantly for this update, I want to find a cargo truck. So what I've tried to do is spawn in the I can't remember what it's called, but there's a cargo truck. It's like a flatbed truck that has a massive cargo capacity. Now they don't work, okay, so even if you fill them up with fuel and oil and all that sort of stuff, they don't work. But I've tried to spawn them in with loads of building stuff in the boot or dry bag. The idea being that it's making it easier for people to find building materials, because I want the next season on the Scalespeeder private servers to be a bit of a building season where everybody finds it can have a crack at building big bases. I tell you what, I've just thought of something actually. Let's close this door. And I'm pretty sure in my backpack I have, yay, some multivitamins. Let's take a couple of those. Stay healthy. Very important in the zombie apocalypse to keep taking your vitamins. Charcoal tablets. I can hear a zombie running around outside, which isn't very nice. You stay out there, zombies. Oh, look. See? Right, okay, so let's take this. Let's empty it. Little top tip there, whenever you find a water bottle, first thing you do, take it into your hands. Always take it into your hand first so you don't get it mixed up with your other water bottles. And then empty it, because water often inside water bottles is contaminated, so you need to replace it. Or if you've got sterilisation tablets, you use those. I tell you what I should do actually. What's that down there? I should put some gloves on, shouldn't I? Oh, what have we got? Paramedic. What do you reckon? Excuse me, paramedic pants or police pants? I think we go with paramedic pants. See, we've got plenty of food to make. Why have I got... Oh, damn. I didn't pick up that shotgun we found earlier, did I? Freya Kalorli says, what is the next update? Well, we don't know what the next update is for the game, but for what I do is I have these private servers that I run, and for the hello, where you going? Where you going? Come back! Oh, bloody hell! I'm gonna have to. Ooh. That's that one. You're ruining my clothes. Oh, what's that? A blood kit, is it? A blood collection kit, yeah. And on the churnerous versions of these servers, I try and make some things a little bit easier for people in terms of quality of life, a little bit. So a little bit more food, you know, a little bit more compasses, a little bit more water bottles, but lots of like weapons and things to have fun with. You know, all the coloured variants of the weapons, all that good stuff. So you can really get to know the game. And I also want people to have good fun building things, but I've noticed that over the past, chlorine tablets, excellent, so that means we can now fill our water. Ooh, look what we found. I'm running out of storage space. The blaze. What does the blaze take? 308s. Double barrel break action rifle loaded with 308 rounds. Look at this bad boy. That is a nice hunting rifle. Look at that. See, this is another mod I do. So the guns spawn in pristine, and actually the blaze might spawn in with a scope on it anyway. Right. So have we got 308? 762 by 54. 762 by 54. Okay, so we haven't got any 308. It's a nice hunting rifle, that though, isn't it? Look at that. That looks great. So it's a double-barreled. So wow, I didn't know you could get guns like that. Okay, nice gun. But we're going to drop it because I haven't really got the carrying capacity. And I've already got a submachine gun, and I've got a spade. I don't know if I really... Do I need this spade? I could drop the spade as well. Oh, there's loads of zombies around it. In fact, I think we might... There's only a couple of houses. We'll leave those zombies. We'll let the zombies live. Freya says, I hope we get full coding. Yes, well, I've just done a video about it actually, and my argument is that Steam type DayZ mods could come to console if Bohemia Interactive, the people behind DayZ, followed the Bethesda model that they've used for Skyrim and Fallout 4. So for Skyrim and Fallout 4 on console, you can download official mods. More for Xbox as you can from PlayStation, because Sony have this weird thing and they don't let people... They're a bit reticent about letting people load different things onto the PlayStations. And the way that it works is all these mods for console are on a special website at Bethesda, and you access them from there. Right, okay, so let's fill up some of these water bottles. Dum 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 dum. Nice. And let's combine that with our charcoal, our chlorine tablets. That's one bottle done. Let's purify that one. Let's swap to this one. Fill this one up. But there's plenty of fish in here. Purify that one. And what we'll do, we'll drink this one as well. Get some nice fluids in us, get ready for our next push up to sort of, we're kind of heading northwest. Right, let's fill that one up again. Let's purify that. Right, we should be pretty much good to go now. I think was that all the water bottles? We've got 3 water bottles, they're all full of water, it's all been purified. When we get a bit hungry, we've got some chicken steaks to cook, if we don't find anything else. Lovely. And we are off again. QNet Gaming TV says, can you put the Y in to put the top half of building back on top of its base? Interesting question. Interesting question. There's always a problem with DayZ when it comes to the height coordinates. And as far as I'm aware, and I must admit I'm not that up to date with where we've got to on console with putting buildings in, is heights are worked out by the game. Pretty sure. Now, I know that they've worked out some stuff, for example, building bridges over water. Don's got a video where they build a bridge to Prison Island using gardening plots. And I think, I haven't watched the whole video, but I think he does it as... It's something to do with the map group protos file, and you have access to the Y coordinates when, say in this building here, right? If you have a look in the map group protos file for this building, all the possible coordinates for loot are in the map group protos file, in terms of X, Y, and Z. So you've got, you know, whether something spawns on that shelf there, or if it spawns on the fireplace, or if it spawns on the cooker, or it spawns on the floor. And as far as we're aware, that's the only place where we have access at the moment to that sort of ability to control in the vertical plane. And that's, I think, how they managed to create the gardening plots going across to the Prison Island. So it may be something like that, whereby the top of the building is actually loot that is spawned in by the bottom building, you know. But it's a bit beyond me. The problem I have is with doing all this sort of stuff is that using custom spawns to spawn buildings in, and even looting, can be very unreliable. And I haven't had much success with it. I mean, I've had some success with it, but not loads. And okay, now see, this is good, because this, my friend, is a police car. And whenever you've got a private server and you've done some modding... Oh, there's some proper gloves there. Let's take these off. Let's put these on. That's better. Nice black leather gloves. Whenever you've done some proper modding... I say proper modding. People who do the C files will be laughing at me. One of the things that's very easy to do is to break the events file and break the spawnable types file. That's normally one of the first things that breaks, and things stop spawning in, especially events. SG5K, is that what I've got in SG5K? Oh, I've got USG45. I'll tell you what, we'll take that just in case we find an SG5K. What have we got over here? Smoke grenade. And police cars are a spawnable event. And the fact that a police car is spawned in is always a good sign, because it means you haven't broken it that way. Mac and Cheese Machine says, hi, I'll be wondering about getting DayZ. Would you recommend it? At the moment, with it on, if it's on sale, absolutely. If you watch the gameplay, okay, and you think, ooh, okay, 74 mag here, we'll have that. See, I should look. So there's FX45. It's full of bullets. It's got a magazine. It's full of bullets. There we go. The SG5K mag's basically full. The K74 mags, basically, they're all full. So that's all working. So that mod's all working. Yes, there's a FX45 again. It's got 13 rounds in it, so that's cool. So, yeah, so that's all good. If you watch this sort of gameplay and you don't think it's boring, you think it's interesting. This, having. I like to think of DayZ really as an adventure game, an adventure survival game. That's why I like playing on my private servers, which are which are PvE only. Because although I think you lose a little bit when you're playing PvE only, because you're losing the tension of getting shot in the back of the head. Sometimes you don't always want that, and you lose a lot. You also, I tell you what else you lose. You lose a lot of the random interactions. See, this is good as well. This is an Olga that's spawned in, which again is a spawnable type, an event that spawns in. As you can see, it's got 2 of its wheels, 3 of its wheels, and 1 wheel's missing. So it's really good news that that's spawned in, because it means that's working. Right, I didn't look at these road signs. We want to go to Staroy, don't we? Right, let's go this way. So it means the server, at least for the moment, is working. Now, when you're doing mods as well, what can happen is eventually the mods stop working. But going back to DayZ, sorry, I didn't answer your question today. Is it worth buying DayZ? Yeah, if you watch this and you think, that looks interesting, then I would say get it while it's on the sale. It's very frustrating to learn DayZ, especially when you're on public servers where you're getting killed all the time or you're starved to death because all the food's been taken. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. One of the best games ever made. Okay, let's catch up this chat. JF29 says, yes, I've got 3 bridges with garden plots on my server. Yeah, there we go. So, JF29's done it. Go Hard Gibson says, I would, it's available on Game Pass, but oh yeah, sure, if you're on Xbox, it's on Game Pass. So just get Game Pass for a month, try it out, see what you think. Mac and Cheese says, okay, thanks. Go Hard Gibson says, this dude mods the console version on Nitrado, which I do. Canoe Q Gaming says, thanks, dude. Go Hard Gibson says, yo, you bro are a proper modder. Mac and Cheese Man says, sick, gonna check it out. Yes, good. But it is very frustrating, honestly. you look at it, and especially when the guys are in their military gear, you think, oh, it's like PUBG. You have to load every bullet into each magazine. You have to eat. You have to drink. When you die, you lose everything, unless you've made a base or you've got a barrel somewhere where you're hiding your stuff. But I don't think there's any other games really exactly like it. I bought a copy of Scum the other day on sale in the Steam store, and I've been checking that out as well. And although it seems cool, and the inventory, well, the sort of crafting system is a lot more transparent than DayZ. You know exactly what you can build and how to build it. It didn't really have the look and feel. Well, I guess it shouldn't have the look and feel of DayZ, should it? But I'll be playing that a little bit more. Brandon Stevens says, love the channel, bro. Thank you very much, Brandon. Canoe Gaming says, I want to put the antenna back on the Tizzy building. Go Hard Gibson says, I am a Bethesda fan and hope to learn from you to create a better experience. Excellent. We'll do it together. Brandon says, hands down, best survival shooter game I've ever played. There you go. That's good praise. Good praise. There's something magical about DayZ. There's something very special about DayZ. Nobody's telling you what to do. There's no NPCs telling you what to do. There's no quests that you have to do. It's just this massive survival sandbox that you can play in many different ways. You can have like a private server like this where, there's 4 of us on this private server, wandering around, surviving looking for stuff, killing zombies, building maybe, driving cars around unsuccessfully. Cars are really crap in this, by the way. You could go on public servers where people are hunting each other and eating each other. You can have private servers where there's role playing. So much great stuff. So much really good stuff. Great communities out there. One of the most amazing things that you get from DayZ is when you're on public servers or you're on a well-populated private server, which is the random encounters you have with other people. You'll see someone in the distance and you're like, ooh, or you'll bump into somebody. It's like, and you've got your see that mic down in the bottom left hand corner, that's your proximity chat. So it's like, what do you do when you see somebody? Do you assume they're all enemies and do you kill on sight? Do you say hello? Do you give people a chance? Can you trust people? Even if you start talking to someone and it seems like they're friendly, are they just waiting for their friend to turn up and kill you? There's all this other stuff that's going on in the game that is honestly amazing. Amazing. Rob Lancaster says, evening Scale. Evening Rob, thanks for joining the stream. Canoe Gaming TV says, GF29, can I use the event spawns to do this, dude? Well, I'll let him answer that. If you are buying a Nitrado or any private server, a customizable private server, if you think that the modding is a little bit, maybe you haven't got enough time for it, and you want already made XML files, if you go back through all my DayZ videos, or you search for XML file download on my channel, so far I've done 3 packs of XML files that enable you to have a custom server experience. And the latest one, and we're testing the next one now. This is the next one we're testing. But the last one, for example, has got all the stuff that this server's got on it. So yeah, a slightly increased food, more nails, more compasses. Jeeps all get set up, ready to go. Apart from you just got to put the fuel in them and water them. Weapon variants, coloured weapon variants, camo weapon variants, swords, some of the secret stuff that I won't talk about because it's a bit of a surprise. More wolf packs, more bears, that sort of stuff. But it's still, at its core, a survival experience. If you want that, you can literally just download the XML files, watch the video on how to install them, and within half an hour have a custom DayZ experience that is a little bit kinder for newer players. It makes it a little bit easier to find. To find some food and drink straight away. Because with DayZ, especially if you're new to DayZ, generally, if you can get past that first hour and survive for that first hour, you're good to go for the rest of the game. If you're on a private server like this where you're not going to get shot, like for example with me now, I've got 3 bottles of water. That means I can easily get to whichever next town. Even if I don't know where I am, I can just follow a road and get there. I've got knives. As soon as you've got knives, that means you can start a fire. I've got, I've cut up a chicken, so I've got 4 chicken steaks. So as we get hungry, or if we kill another animal, I can have a feast. And that means that you go, and this is the magic of DayZ. You go beyond worrying about the minute-to-minute survival of finding the next drink and the next can of food, to then thinking long further, which town am I going to get to? Am I going to go for a military base up north? All this sort of stuff. Right, looks like we're coming up to a petrol station. And the ambient sounds are really cool. I know they probably don't come across very well in the stream. They are very, very cool. Rob Lancaster says, just out of interest, do you wipe both your PS4 servers at the same time, or is Livonia down at a different time? They all get wiped at the same time. So the next wipe will be the 30th of June. So all of them on the evening of the 30th of June, everything gets reinstalled and wiped. Brandon says, You were the reason why I started playing this game again. Brilliant. Great. Well, I hope you're having a good time, Brandon. Hope it's, you know, it's held up to what you thought it would be. Right on presets, says Go Hard Gibson. Yeah. Oh, right on presets. Yes, I guess that's what they are. Right. So if we see any farms and things like that, we've got to go and investigate them, because that's where the cargo truck. Oh, look, there's another. Oh, there's a CR527. What does that take? 762 by 39, but I've got 762 by 54, haven't I? Yeah. But again, that's another example of. So this thing is spawned in pristine and with a scope on it. Unfortunately, with the guns that have built-in magazines, internal magazines, I haven't figured out a way how to spawn them in with bullets yet. I think it's probably as simple as just changing the max and min value, but I also forgot to do it last time. Let's leave that there for someone else. Well, I've moved it so it'll despawn. Motorbike helmet, loved by bandits everywhere. I don't know really what I'm looking at. I don't really need anything. Canoe Gaming says, Scale, your videos are great, and it's what's starting me to change my server around. I've had great success from your videos. Brilliant! Thank you very much for mentioning it. It means a lot, and I mean this honestly. It really does mean a lot when people give me that feedback, because you've got to remember that when modding started on PlayStation and Xbox, you know, a few short months ago, we were really flying by the seat of our pants. Because Bohemia Interactive, there's no instruction manual for modding, and you've got to kind of pull information together from PC modding, which essentially is a lot of it is very, very similar. And a lot of the information on PC modding was put on the internet a few years ago, so it's not the easiest stuff to find. It's not like there's loads of YouTube step-by-step videos saying, you know, if you want to increase the amount of sport loot on your server, this is what you do. I mean, there are a few out there, but there's lots of articles on Reddit and GitHub and hidden away in forums, that sort of stuff. And so we really were sort of learning as we were going along. Oh look, there's another gun there. SK. Oh, it's an SKS. Oh right, okay. That takes 762 by. What does that take? 762 by 39 again. Ah, what a pain. We've just got this 762 by 54. Oh, damn. Oh well. Oh, look, we've got here. In fact, I'll tell you to drop it so you can get a better look at it. Look. A book. Oh, I love this. Oh, we don't want to. So, on my private servers, we have books. At the moment, the books don't do anything. I think you can use them as what do you call it when you make a fire? You can use it as like you use paper to start a fire. You can use bits of books like that. What used to happen in DayZ before they updated the engine was that there's an orange backpack. Colt mag. There was loads and loads of books in DayZ, and they were all the royalty-free books. So anything that was 100 years old or more, so there's no copyright on it, and you could read those books in the game. And I thought, how cool was that? That was absolutely fantastic. So you could make your base, you could set a fire. Oh, nice bomber jacket, but I'll stick with my own. And then you could read, 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea in Chernerus. And I thought that was brilliant. Now, they haven't brought that back into the game, that functionality. But as a secret item, I say secret, there's still the files for the books are still there, so you can call them into the game. Now, I haven't called all of them into the game, just a few of them, and in fact, on my server packs, there's only one version of each book that's there. So there's only one version of The Man Who Was Thursday, and there will only ever be one version of that book on this server. So I was kind of thinking that maybe you could have someone who was like the librarian, you know, and their job would be to try and bring all these books together, and then other survivors could bring, you know, the books to that person, trying to, you know, rebuild the knowledge base of humanity. You know, it's one of those little funny roleplay things that you could do. Ooh, hello, got a few zombies. Ooh. Ooh. Right, let me catch up with the chat. I've probably missed a load, haven't I? Aaron says, I'll be on soon, Scale. Just changed my gamer tag to my Discord game on yours. Nicolo Jurek says, how to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare with you. I tend to play solo a lot of the time, playing Modern Warfare, or with people I've played with quite a lot of times. Who knows, one day I might have community nights, I don't know. Oh, missed. They're all aggroing off each other, aren't they, these zombies? That's the problem. Zombies, when they hear each other scream, they start chasing each other around. And then chasing me. That's why it's very dangerous if you ever see an aggro zombie who's been made aggro by someone else. They'll magically figure out where you are as well. There's a police station and a hospital. Blue paramedic pants. Excuse me. We will take the bandages out of here. I really need a blue fireman's helmet, don't I? Codeine pills. A lot of that stuff is really PvP stuff, you know, so that when you're injured, you can keep fighting. Rob says, have you tried Don Sibley Challenge to get to Debug Island? I tell you what, if I had enough time... Ooh, hello. If I had enough time, I would. Sounds like a great thing. So at the moment, if you don't know, there's a fantastic gentleman, wonderful gentleman called Don Sibley. He's got a great YouTube channel, great Twitch channel, does amazing mod videos. His DayZ modding made easy videos are absolutely brilliant. I watch them, you know, if I'm going to do some modding, I'll often refresh my knowledge by watching one of his videos, so I'll make sure I'm doing everything right. And he's got several private casual sunglasses. Ah, they're probably better than these. Oh, very cool. Ooh. How about you stay in there? Is the other door closed? Yeah, right, good. yeah, and he's got this. He's using his astounding modding skills. Oh, there's a cowboy hat, and the astounding modding skills of his peers. They've made a bridge that goes from the excuse me, from the southeastern Chernarus. There's an island. I think is it Solski Island or something, and they've made a land bridge that I think is 16 kilometers long. So it's huge. That goes to this place called Debug Island, or Schadenfreude Island. Yeah, the challenge is that if you go onto that server, I think it's Don Sibley's challenge server or something like that. Well, there's a shop next to that one. The challenge is you spawn in at Tizzy, and then you've got to make your way all the way through Chernarus, then all the way along there. And I guess it's PvP. I guess they're shooting at each other and stuff like that as they're going along. And if you get there, there was a prize for the first people to get there. I think I think about 4 or 5 people have already done it now. Oh, shotgun shells. Hunter pants. No, they're the silly white ones, aren't they? With like feathers on. Don't want them. Yeah, great fun. On my list of to-dos for videos, I have got about going onto other people's servers and enjoying, what they're doing. It's just finding the time, to be honest. I mean, once we've got this server set up and we've tested it, that it seems to be working okay, then I will have time to try other people's servers. Okay, let's take a look. Where do we... Somebody's getting excited. I think they're inside that. Okay, so Elektrogorsk is back that way, which is the way we've come, and then we've got Nikta, which is there. Let's have a look at the chat. Does that wind up do max damage? It does, yes. Just watched one of your videos on changing the XML files to just my private server, and all my friends are really happy about it. Brilliant, thank you. Just remember, it does go wrong, and then they won't be happy about it. Right, where do we want to go next? So, where are we anyway? We are up at Starroy. Right, we don't want to go to Mr. We want to go to... There's a military base up. So if we head north and then... Right, so let's just get our bearings. Right, let's get to the shop. So if we're here... Have I got a compass yet? I haven't got a compass yet, have I? So... Zoom in on the map. I'm looking at iSurvive, by the way, right now. So there's that and that. Right, so we go up here and then we turn right. Yep, so we want to go up here, then we turn right into a dirt road. Nicholas says, what do you think about the Grau 556 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare? I think in Warzone it is my favourite gun by far. I love the Grau 556. I stick the tactical suppressor on it, and then I put the commando foregrip. I use the 50 round mag and the 4x flip sight, and I've started today actually using the fully loaded perk on it as well, because I've done a video about you should always have an emergency loadout, so that if you spawn in at the end of the game, you parachute in, and you're near the, you're in the end game, and then you see a custom loadout drop in front of you. You land at it, and then sometimes you don't have, you end up with not enough ammunition. So it's vital that you have a loadout that's got a gun that's one of that its perk is fully loaded. So when you pick up that gun, you've got 250 rounds of ammunition. And so I did a little bit of testing on private games, and kind of discovered that with the Grau 5.56, even with like the tactical suppressor, the 4x flip, and the 50 round mag, and the commando grip, not having a quick draw grip like the XRK grip didn't affect its performance that much. And I found that I could run tactical suppressor, commando foregrip, 4x flip, 50 round mag, and the fully loaded perk, so I had maximum ammunition every time I picked it up very well. It didn't affect the performance of the gun. So I've kind of had that as my Grau loadout now, so that if I do spawn in late, you get in the gulag late, and then you parachute in just as the gulag is closing. I can go to a loadout drop. There's a burlap sack. I can pick up my Grau 5.56, and I'll have 250 rounds of ammunition, which is cool. Because when you're in the final circles and you've only got like 50 rounds of 50 bullets left, you're a bit like, oh god, I've got to kill someone and then get their ammunition off them. And as soon as you start shooting at someone and you're killing them, everybody else looks in that direction. So you kind of dread running over there and picking all the stuff up, because every single sniper in the game is going to be looking at you. Somebody in the Discord saying, has anybody found the cargo truck yet? The answer is not yet. Right, let's have a quick look at the I Survive map. So what we're looking for is a path going left. So get back to the chat, see if I've missed anything. I'm on now, Scales, Brill. Brilliant. Welcome to the server. Nikolai says, oh, it's taken it away. Coolio. So what we're looking for, Aaron, remember, look out for those aiders, those 4x4s with all the bits attached to them. That's what we want. Helicopter crashes. Be very, very interested in if you found any helicopter crashes, and of course the truck. Alright, so we've got this little military area up here. Should be some zombies up here as well. Alright, yeah, I can. I always have mixed feelings. As soon as I hear a zombie, I feel apprehensive of the fact that there's a zombie, but I feel happy that I know that the zombie spawns are working. Ooh, right, here we go. SG5K. So that means we can drop our USG 45 and we can pick up our SG5K because we've got a spare SG5K magazine, haven't we? Box 9x19. What does the SG5K take? 9x19. So we'll take a box of that ammo. Thank you very much. Another smoke grenade. But I'll tell you what. Oh, I didn't throw that very far, did I? So there you go, there's a smoke grenade. Oh, which you can, if you didn't know. We can run around with it. Right, so let's just try and throw it a long way this time. Whee! Dunk! They're meant to attract zombies. Alright, I've already been in, haven't I? Do I go in this one? Okay, so we got... This guy's seen me. K74 mag, another smoke grenade. Ooh, what are they? Assault boots, probably. How are my trail shoes doing? Worn, so let's get rid of those. Let's put them on. Is that it? Have we been in all the tents? Go to sleep. Combat gas mask. They're very heavy, those. Alarm mag. Oh, can't leave a alarm mag lying around. That's for the FAL. Bomber jacket. Ooh, pouches. If you're new to DayZ, you probably think, what on earth is he going? Oh, look. Look what we found. K74. And we have got a couple of K74 mags, haven't we? I think. K74 mag. K74 mag. Excellent. So, it would be rude of us to not make the most of our SG5K. Right, let's just use this a little bit. Where's that zombie? Where are you? Come on then. See, the guns in DayZ is so good. They're so loud. It's brilliant. Any more for any more? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, fella. See, you miss out on so much in public servers and private servers where you can't get hold of guns, because they are so good in this game. Okay, we better make sure he's dead. I think I saw him moving. On that one. Okay. Just get rid of that. pick up this beauty. So we have now got. Oh, I think this one's got a suppressor on. Right, KA-74 with suppressor. Look at this. It's got the wooden buttstock, the wooden handguard, suppressor. Oh, it's the green variant as well. Look, see, it's the green one. Oh, nice. No optic though, but you know, it's cool. And we've got. Let's get rid of those 9x19s. Let's get rid of that. Right, excellent. So we've got a rather lovely assault rifle. Let's catch up with chat. Aaron sold my friends on 2 Top Guy Limp. We'll do exactly that, Scales. Thank you, Aaron. Nicholas says, do you think it's smart to use without a scope? I think the Grau 5.56, Tempest, barrel, and other... Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think if you... Oh, damn. Just dropped something. Yeah, if you're cool with using iron sights, then yeah, go for it, because that gives you a faster ADS, doesn't it? When I'm playing Call of Duty as well, especially Modern Warfare, I really enjoy the look of the game. I know it sounds silly, and I like the way it looks through a scope as well. I'm the sort of person who likes to have like motion blur on and film grain, so the game looks really cool. So yeah, so that's why I like using scopes as well. Right, okay, so let's just get our bearings back again. Okay, so I can look at the map. Now I know where I am. Canoe Game says, the sound effects are amazing. They are. It's a beautiful game. I would agree with you entirely there, my friend. Okay, so let's see where we can go. Okay, so if we follow this path up here and then round to the left, we can then head west. I don't really want to go cross country yet because I haven't got a compass. There's always a chance we'll get a little bit lost. We may well have to stop and think about eating. I know we're not hungry yet, but the only food we've got is those chicken breasts, isn't it? I really want to get up into the sort of the northwestern part of the map, because that's where all the helicopter crashes are over there. So, but that's not going to be tonight. Dominic Drakeford says, great videos, thanks, my pleasure. Mock Ruckle on YouTube, I'm a private server owner. Do you have a video on how to get the different colour variants of weapons? Oh yes. Just go back through my videos, the DayZ videos. I know there's a lot of them, but you'll find it. Your shoes. What about my shoes? My shoes are good. What about my shoes? They're fine, aren't they? I've got boots on. Or am I missing something? So what we're looking for now is a path heading west. Is that it? I don't think it is. I don't think that's a path. Ah, that looks like a path. This definitely looks like a path. Right, we're going across country. At least we've got the firepower to take on some wolves if we have to. Or even a bear. Though we're still quite far south, so the wildlife, there shouldn't be that much of it. A small stone. Gosh, you don't see them very often, do you? It gets really creepy when you get in the woods. Just thinking, is there a bear around? Will you hear the howl of the wolf pack? When you're running, it's not showing. What, my shoes aren't showing, are they? I can't see my feet. Ooh, I've gone off the path. I think, oh right, I can see my shoes. Maybe it was glitching out for a little bit. Tell you what, I should probably ditch this spade. I don't need it. It's just going to slow me down. So this is DayZ. I'm dressed as a fireman with paramedic trousers, hiker's backpack on my back, an AK on my shoulder, an axe, and some... ooh. See, this would be a nice place for a little picnic, wouldn't it? Just keeping an eye out for mushrooms. They're normally pretty obvious when you see mushrooms. See, you hear deer a lot of the time in DayZ, but you don't see them. I wonder if a lot of the time the deer noise is just an ambient effect. Okay, so we're coming down to this road now. Okay. What's that? Nice little shortcut. Mo Recon says, "Aye, cheers dude, keep up the good work. I learned a lot from you since I started watch some of your videos. Oh, thank you very much. When you're running, it's not showing. Ooh. Are wolves scared of fire? I don't think so. Do you have a server on that I could... Do you still have a server on Xbox that I could join? I've only got the paid for servers. Dominic Drake says, yeah. What time does it end live? I'm probably going to finish in not too long, actually. I think what we'll probably do... Here's one of my... I've got one of these on my wall up to my right now. So, as you can see, that's where I am, there. So we go to Shokover tomorrow, probably. And eventually, I want to take all the back roads. Because I want to go past all the farms and things like that, because that's where the truck generally spawns. And then end up, you know, hunting for helicopter crashes. Although they're pretty rare things to look for. All around this sort of area. But I think what we'll do next is... This looks like a nice place to have a picnic. So let us make a fire. Excellent. Where should we put it down? About here, I think. Add some more fuel to the fire. Let's do... Did we get a long stick? We did! Excellent. Right, this is going to tax my brain now. I've got more to make a fire drill. Okay, so we need a short stick, I think, don't we? Oh. And then we split it. So we've now got a short stick, and now we need some bark. Can I make bark with an axe? No. Need our knife. Happy days. So what we do now is combine the short stick with that. We make a hand drill. What we'll do is kindling, is it? That's the word I was looking for. Let's add this bark to here as kindling. It's there, isn't it? Yeah, cool. And let's get this baby started. Nice. Right, where's our long... That's a short stick, so we can get rid of that. We can pick up a long stick. There we go. Let us add our chicken to our stick. Let us roast it. And here we are, in the zombie apocalypse, in the middle of the wilderness, having a barbecue. How wonderful is this? How wonderful is this? Nicola says, do you have Instagram? No, I don't. Well, I do, but I don't use it. I do have Twitter. If you look up Scalespeeder on Twitter, you'll find me. the great outdoors. Stinking to high heaven because we haven't had a bath. Any clean water. I think that's one thing that I'm surprised they don't have in DayZ is a morale bar, you know, that maybe would give you an extra bit of endurance. You know, so if you could get to a river, you know, get to a pond and strip off and go for a wash, you know, your character would feel much better. You know, if you found clean clothes, you know, your clothes should gradually get dirtier and dirtier, but if you could find clean ones, your character would do, oh, I feel a bit better now. You know, new shoes, shoes that fitted. You know, every time you say, I'm always reminded of that scene in that film about the end of the world, one of the scariest films I've ever seen, with the guy who played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings, and he's with his son, and they're in a place in this ruin, and there's a Coke machine, and he manages to get a can of Coke out of it, and he gives it to his son, and you know, he tries it, and he's like, you know, and he's going, oh, this is amazing. Obviously, it's full of sugar, and he's never tasted anything, you know. No, like that. But you know, when you find a can of Pepsi, your character's like, oh, that's a bit of alright, that is, you know. Or you know, when you're having to eat chicken all the time, your character goes, whoops, you know, I'm getting a bit sick of this, you know. And then they have a bit of pork or a little bit of beef, and they're like, oh, this is better, you know. And they get happier that way. Or if you keep running into zombies and you have to keep fighting zombies, and you keep getting injured, your character will get a bit sadder, you know, that sort of thing. You know, if it's raining all the time on Livonia, you'd be a bit like, ugh. Whereas if it's a sunny day, you know, I don't know, just the kind of if you find other people, you know, and you get on with those people and you help them, your morale would get better. But you know, if you shoot them in the back, you know, your character would get sadder. That sort of thing. Mosh Recon says, I've got to go, but good luck with your server, mate. Hope all goes well. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. That would be pretty cool, says Brussels. Wonder how difficult that would be to implement. Yeah, that's the problem, is it? Majestic Boy says, how many owners on DayZ? How many owners on DayZ overall do you have? How many servers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 at the moment. Nicola Durek says, I have to go. Greetings from Croatia. Good luck. Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody who's been watching tonight. Obviously, if you haven't already, subscribe if you want sort of DayZ content, Call of Duty content, shooter content, all sorts of different games content, and hit like as well. And I really appreciate everybody coming along. And I know this isn't like exciting PvP content, it's just survival. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody coming along, keeping me company. It's a pleasure. Right, we're getting a bit hot actually, so I should move some of this cooked meat to my backpack rather than in my jacket. Let's just cook this bit first. Brilliant. Right, let's do a little bit of inventory management. Yeah, these should be in our backpack, these things. Unless we're getting cold. Otherwise you do tend to overheat a little bit. Okay. Then what we'll do, let's get rid of that stick. Let's put that into our hands. And in front of the fire, let us enjoy our spit roasted chicken. It goes down pretty quick, these little steaks though, they don't last long. Very nice. Let's have this one. See if we can squeeze in the last one as well. wash that down with some lovely, clean, sterilised... Oh, no, 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 it's not for putting the fire out. No, no, I want to drink it. Just watching my stomach indicator. Okay, so we haven't overfilled, so that's good. So our character will be good to go for a long, long time yet. So let us sit in front of the fire. Ooh, made our head disappear. And wish everybody farewell. Hope everybody has a really nice weekend. I will be on more. I'm not quite sure when, because we've got to carry on testing the test server to see if we can find the aiders, the trucks, and of course the helicopter crashes, the C-130s. Again, thanks everybody for coming along, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much. In fact, somebody's firing, aren't they? Who's online?